All right, I think I'm going to get started. So if you guys can hear me, that's great. And so I'm going to go through the slides. I don't know how to actually move forward until I click on this tab. So bear with me. So I'm going to try this out and I'll watch the chat and see if you can hear me or not, or see my slides move. Can you see my slides? Yes, cool. I don't know in this mode, how do I, do advance my slides? I have to move to the other tab to advance my slides. This is my first time. Welcome to my session. Thank you very much for joining. I know it's late in the afternoon, 3:30 and Pacific time. It's probably 6:40 in your time, in East time. So I want to talk a little bit about how technology enabled the work from home movement. So before I talk a little bit about that, I want to maybe introduce a little bit by myself. My name is Freund. I'm part of the Equinix team, and just to share my journey and from a woman tech perspective, I grew up in a very small village in China. So about 30 years ago, I came to the United States and trying to get a PhD study computer science in US, and I had $80 in my pocket, and my dad gave me bought me a one-way ticket to land in US. So since then, after I get my PhD in computer science, I've started this journey of being a software engineer and taught some classes at university, and eventually I grew, in terms of leadership roles and become a VP of leading the engineering team at some of the large Fortune 500 company. So now I'm leading all the engineering and product and platform at Equinix. So I'm a big supporter of a champion for diversity, inclusion, and later slides I'll talk a little bit what that means to me. And last year, so I'm the founding member of Allies Council, really build a better place for the workplace and that work-life balance, as well as the inclusion within the workplace for women and other minorities. And last year, when I was awarded Women Influence Silicon Valley Business Journal, I basically on the stage, I really wanted to use my experience and pay forward. And what are the things I can do to help the rest of the women to continue to advance their career? And here are my LinkedIn information, Twitter. Look forward to connect with all of you. So going back to my topic is how technology enable work from home movement. And what I wanted to emphasize in this talk is really about how important that technology and internet is. Sitting in my seat, I see all the movement of what company scaled, what technology scaled, what didn't. How do we learn from this lesson and prepare for the future? So with that, and I still clearly remember, I live in Cupertino, Sunnyvale, Silicon Valley area. I still remember March 13th, that Friday, my daughter, my high school daughter, and came home and said, "Mama, I think the school is closed. We're all gonna be staying home until we have the remote learning in place." And the same week, my company also said, everybody work from home. We just can't go into the office physically now. So with that, so many things are now being conducted through how you work, how you collaborate with the others, and how do you continue checking the code, write software, conducting meetings. A lot of those heavy load is rely on some of those video conferencing tools. Even my kids, and you will see in any given time, I have family of 4 and 2 kids. Everybody is using the internet. Everybody is using Zoom, whether study or work from home. As you can see, this chart is really coming from a New York Times. Is that on that weekend, I think March 16, that weekend, you see the usage of all the Zoom, all the tools just significantly increased. And from that perspective, And video conferencing become a normal. Even when we celebrate my grandma's birthday, 80th birthday, we use the Zoom. On the other hand, a lot of entertainment, we can't go to physical theater, we can't go watch the movie, can't go out play soccer. And Netflix and all these companies also start scaling their bandwidth. In fact, when that week, the COVID-19 week just hit in March, and Netflix has to turn down and sacrifice their basically quality in Europe, really, to make sure they can scale the number of subscribers. Of course, eventually they scaled up, eventually to turn back the quality. Their entire subscriber base doubled from 6 million to 30 million. So what I wanted to see this phenomenon is that how does this all work, right, behind the scene? Because I'll talk a little bit of what my company do, and we see behind the scene how all the internet. So it's almost like internet is really running on top of the data center. I work for a cloud-first data center, so we know that whatever you're using, whether it's Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Netflix, or even TikTok, right? All these tools and the traffic and the network, everything's running on these data centers. It's really like an engine, a heart of the internet. By working in a company that has this kind of a global scale, like my company, we have 210 data centers across the globe. This red dot just means that how the actively all the traffic, one can connect to in another city in an instantaneous speed, and the connection is a private dedicated connection. We see overnight that March 23rd, that weekend, we had almost hundreds of thousands of calls on waiting. We had Netflix calling us, we had Zoom, we have Microsoft, and everybody wants to scale because they have never anticipated 100% of workforce is working from home, and triple, quadrupled the traffic going through all the Netflix and these video conferencing tools. So the lesson we learned is that although we're a data center company, we also 4 or 5 years ago, we really have invested quite a bit on software, digital software product. Usually a data center, if you have seen a data center, is that you just bunch of a football field of compute, network, storage equipment, just thousands of laying there, right? Usually if you do a certain connection, you have to send somebody physically there to do the interconnections, to connect one wire to the other, or do some maintenance. And for those line of business, we call it the physical-based, asset-based services. Now, of course, during the March timeframe when the COVID hit us, all those businesses start slowing down because we literally have to shut down and restrict those data centers. In the previous map, you see the Italy, Germany, France, that March, it was the hardest, they got hit the most, right? So in order to protect our data center employee, we really have to restrict those sites. Our businesses really slow down. But on the other hand, we've seen a tremendous phenomenon. Our digital software product just accelerated. So our traffic increased to 40%, and which like a 500 gigabyte, the highest ever in our history. And then we have constant requests. That whole weekend, March 22nd, 23rd, and my entire company and our sales and product management team just trying to fill the requests of all this company. How do we help them to increase their network capacity and scale them? For example, Zoom will give a lot of free access to government and school, and so is Microsoft and other companies. So we actually give out some of the free services to those companies so that they can serve those healthcare, government, and public services. But good things that if you see the right-hand side, these are just software-based product. One click, you can get your capacity increase. One click, you can connect from Amsterdam Amsterdam to Tokyo, and one API call. You can basically get the capacity totally double increased. So the lesson learned from that is that our physical side of the product is not scaling, but our software side is just totally boomed, right? So if we had a layer of what we call the software-defined platform on top of those 210 data center where the physical storage and equipment sitting, and now somebody can really literally sitting at home, can make API call, can access the web interface to order additional capacity for Zoom or any kind of services to bring them to connect from anywhere to anywhere. So we will be able to do that without any challenge. And the other thing we also will see some challenges is the dispersed workforce. Before, everybody come to office, log into the office in corporate land, but now we see different phenomena, everybody working from home. And some people really even fly back to their hometown, like staying with their parents, like Colorado, very remote area, to trying to log into the office. So a lot of companies are requesting like a VPN, making sure your VPN latency performance is scaling, as well as, security is there. So we also, with that phenomenon, a lot of companies are building up this local hub, that so that closer to the dispersed employees, very careful about the latency, and you can still check in code, you can download, like a box is a good example, and then you making sure we have the right security at the edge. So that kind of a phenomenon we see. With that, we also have software capability to help you to deploy the VPN, to help the company to deploy both combinations and secure VPN, as well as a security guardrail for all this scalability of these companies who want to continue support work from home. So with that, I think it's really showcase that during this sudden shutdown, the whole world is closing. How does the power of digital and technology becomes much more important? You see Google, Microsoft, Zoom, Netflix, these companies, they really prevail, and they really invest in cloud, invest in technology. Even a mid-sized company like us, Equinix, we thought our business is going to suffer, but we, in the end, because of the software investment upfront, we were able to continue to grow our business. And in fact, our Q1 business is looking pretty good. So with that in place, that I want to just quickly go through that. In the future, what we call software is going to eat the world. We're heavily investing in software, automation, technology. Everybody with this big lesson learned is that for anyone running business, we need to really heavily invest in some of this technology to continue to support and the digital economy. Quickly, I want to share. I know during the pandemic, probably a lot of companies are losing their workforce. I wanted to share that we are really as a company, Equinix, we're hiring. And we're hiring a lot of software engineers, DevOps, UX designers. And please feel free to visit us at this website. We are also part of Career Day on Friday. We'll have a network lounge booth. And lastly, I want to just touch bases before I open up a question is diversity, because I truly believe in diversity and inclusion. This is my 16-year-old daughter. She and I joined the Black Lives Matters protest in Silicon Valley last Friday, and we're so passionate. And at least for me, serving a senior leadership role at this company, Equinix, I'm just passionate about how important inclusion diversity is, because for everyone to feel safe, feel equal at the workplace as well as in the community. So with that, that's my last slides. I just want to open up questions. So I can see the questions. Thanks for talking about that. I think remote is the future. Thank you. Any other questions? I hope that, you know, I really spread the word. I want to help all the women, and especially in this time, and help them to connect them. What are the opportunities we have as a company? How I can help you to continue to grow your career. You know, I'm very active on my LinkedIn, so please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. And you know, hopefully we can build that kind of a network. I can continue mentor and coach and share. I'm a software background, right? So I felt like this is an opportunity for everybody to go digital, to learn into technology for entry level. Yeah, we're hiring new to career. I'm hiring intern. I'm hiring new to career. New to career means that newly graduated. Every year, my company has a recruiting effort for, you know, to every year there's a really good article. As one of my senior managers, she's a Black woman senior manager. She go to different university to recruit, joint partnership with all the university. We at least hire 30, 40, those kind of new to career, and as well as investing in intern. If you already have a bachelor degree, but I'm changing careers, yeah, a bachelor degree in what? In what subject? I think computer, I know a lot of people even they don't have a computer skill. We're not so strict on computer, like degree. I know my best programmer is a homeschooled, actually. So, you know, I think we definitely, as long as you're, you know, this computer skill can be learned. You know, I think you don't have to have really the degree in computer science, as long as you learn how to program yourself. And we running saying, is there any position for remote? It's possible, and we just work from home, right? And we were open. And originally, we always think about, if one of my slides showed, we have an office in Silicon Valley, so Sunnyvale. We have another office from my development perspective. So I'm hiring software engineer, UX designer, and product manager, as well as a DevOps engineer. So I have office in Warsaw in Poland, Europe. I have office Singapore. I have office Silicon Valley. So just check out our, okay, that's so cute. I'm getting a tech review treehouse. Thank you so much. So, you know, send me email, Renee, and if you are in computer science or you're interested in any roles, let's discuss, okay? So let me show, I think you've seen it. I don't know if there's a way we can share all the deck, but this is my LinkedIn profile. I think my session is gonna shut down anytime soon now, so please connect with me on this LinkedIn. Well, thank you so much for attending the session. I really hope that I can build, you know, get to know you more, and just Joanna tell me that Warsaw. I love Warsaw. This is a new product development center. I have a lot of great, passionate computer engineers there. I mean, right now, of course, we're sheltering in place. I usually go there every quarter, 4 times a year. Thank you so much. All right. Thanks, everybody. I hope everything is well and stay safe. And I love to connect with you all. Thank you. Bye.